I used to have such bad social anxiety. Like, I remember when I was a lot younger and I went to EB Games, basically a game store retailer. I remember wanting to ask the clerk a question about one of the games, and I remember my body's reaction, my brain's reaction. I was just physiologically stopped. There was no way I was doing that. There was no way I was walking up to a person and just talking to him. My brain had catastrophized and made talking to that person so scary. I remember how it felt. It felt like there was a brick wall between me and that person. Or that I had chains, like chaining me back to not being able to interact with this person. And I remember how much of a little bitch I felt. Not being able to do the most basic of human interactions. And then I had to go get my mum to interact with him for me, and I was just by her side like a little bitch. Anyway, that was how I used to be, and as of recently, about 2-3 weeks ago, I remember going to the store to buy some Muay Thai gear. I have been into Muay Thai for about 6 months now, love it, and it's time I actually invest into some gear. So I went there, I picked out some gear, and I went to the front desk to actually purchase it. Normally, my brain would be coming up with anxiety statements, fucking terrified of the prospect of talking to him. But at the time, my brain was just like, chill. It just is what it is. Let's have a fun interaction. Let's chat shit. It's just like, to my brain now, there was no big deal to it. I interacted with him, had a bit of a chat about Muay Thai, his classes, made small talk for a few minutes. And then towards the end, when we wrapped up and he told me the price, I was like, since you're such a G, can I have a discount on that, mate? And that got a massive reaction out of him. Laugh, smile. Great reaction. But obviously it didn't give me a discount. He said he didn't want to get in trouble, which is fair enough. But lovely interaction, good chat. And none of that was held back by my brain being scared of nothing. Blatantly put, my brain used to be so scared of that. And so in this video, I'm going to take you on a journey from where you are likely now, from where I couldn't interact with, and I was terrified of that EB Games employee, to where I am now, where I can make small talk, not in my own head, and I can do stupid shit and get a good reaction out of him. And I'm going to teach you three mindsets in order to do that. The first tip is a bit of a woo-woo, metaphysical concept, but it's helped me immensely. It is being able to feel into your body and understand that you have emotions, you likely aren't processing them properly, and that as a man, we need to process our emotions. And this is something I never did up until maybe a year and a bit ago. And this small change, just when I had negative emotions in my brain, negative thoughts, negative spirals, any negative thoughts, what would I do? I would instantly go use some sort of coping mechanism. I would go distract myself with technology, start scrolling, binge eat. I would always distract myself and result to something else because I was too scared of feeling the emotions. I was too scared of just sitting with the emotion. I'm feeling fear right now. Okay, let's sit with my body, close my eyes and just feel. What does fear feel like? Why am I feeling this? Getting curious about why you're feeling this. What does it stem from? Asking yourself these questions. And not treating it as something that should be fucking terrifying. Okay, I'm feeling fear right now. Fuck, that's so bad. Let's cope. Let's drink alcohol. No, you don't want to be doing that. Because that's just because all it does is inhibit and make all of those negative emotions just worse off. It's going to inhibit your personality. It's going to make you more in your own head. It's going to make you less able to flow out. And I know you probably don't believe me. I probably wouldn't have believed myself. But literally next time, give this a go. Sit with your emotions. Feel them. and question, why am I having them? Become curious. If you do this, instead of just instantly reaching for nearest bag of chips or something, actually learn to process your emotions, delve deeper into that, you're going to be so much better off. Now, you're likely wondering, how does this actually relate to social anxiety? Well, social anxiety is just another negative emotion. It's anxiety. And I found that talking to a lot of people, seeing a lot of people on the internet, how I used to be, that not many people, I'd say some people don't process their emotions. They don't sit with, feel, or do any of what I just said. And that makes the negative emotion, that makes the anxiety worse. So think of it like your anxiety right now probably feels like 100%. If you learn to sit with, feel into your body, and like actually feel the anxiety, not numb it out instantly, it would take that instantly from like 100% to like maybe a 50%. It's not going to do all of the work for you, but it's going to help you out, man. So just try that. Let me know how it goes. And for number 2, unfortunately, you're not going to like me for this, but you have to take action. You have to have courage. You likely perceive talking to someone as terrifying. And you want to know the best way to get over that fear? It's to do it. To see what happens as a result. And now you can tell yourself the story of, oh shit, I did the thing. I'm still alive. They didn't kill me. My anxiety isn't really serving a purpose. You can rewrite the story in your own head just by taking action a few times. So my main thing here is to tell you that you have to have courage. You have to do it despite how you feel, and you're going to be terrified. You're going to be scared. But that's fine. Just do it scared. Do it regardless of how you feel. And okay, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you some practical shit to help doing it despite the fear. So again, it's based on how you feel in your body. If you feel like shit in your body, a lot of like the outward interactions you have are going to be worse off. If you feel like shit in your body, you're going to feel shit like externally. People can tell you feel like shit and you look like shit. It's just not going to be good. So first off, let's try to make you actually feel good. And I'm going to give you some basic fundamental shit that anyone on self-improvement, anyone striving to be a highly successful person in any endeavor should do. Eat clean, eat well, have a good diet, exercise a lot, 5 times a week, work out, lift weights, martial arts, sport, social connection, having friends, talking to people. So it's diet, exercise, sleep, hydration, and then getting some sunlight. If you manage to do these few things, your body will feel so much better when you're having those interactions, that you're coming at those interactions from a place of just way better feeling. And I know that's a lot harder to change your entire life, but there is something that you can immediately do right now that will make the next time you feel it much easier. And this has helped me immensely, even in not just social anxiety. This has helped me in approaching girls and actually talking to groups of girls as well. I use this for this as well. So it's literally simple as hell. Before you interact with them, take a second to take a deep breath. And not some shallow, like 1 to 2 second. Take 5-10 seconds to just take one deep breath into your balls, deep down. Take that deep breath. Because I know a lot of us, and I used to do this all the time. I used to take shallow breaths. I used to feel not comfortable in my body. I'd be like the reserved, like weak body language. When you see other people that are like low down, that just like slouch, you instantly assume, it's like an unconscious process where you assume they're not confident. If you feel like open up right now. Like do a power pose, hit a front double bicep. You're gonna feel better. Your body language dictates how you feel. So take a deep breath, move your body around, feel into your own body, and then interact with them. That anxiety will still be there, but it's going to be lessened, and you're going to be less in your head. You're going to feel better in your body, and it's such a simple habit. I don't get why this isn't like stated more often. Because I feel like ages and ages ago, we've been told, oh, take a deep breath. But no one actually emphasizes how important it is. So yeah, deep breath. Make sure you feel good. Take care of the basic self-improvement habits, and your social anxiety will. So remember how doing the first one took you from about like 100 to 50? This would take you to like 50 to like a 20. So anxiety has lessened a whole lot. And now for the last habit, it's a bit more of a long-term fix for social anxiety, which is literally to live a good life, to fun max, to live and enjoy your life. If you're constantly hating your life, if you wake up in the morning and think to yourself, fuck, I don't want to go to work, fuck, I don't want to do this, fuck, I don't want to do this, fuck, I don't want to do that, you're going to have so much more negative energy inside of your body. It's just going to be stored, and all of those negative emotions are going to be exacerbated because it's just going to keep stored. It's like when you tell yourself these negative things, it's like picture a fireplace that's constantly burning, and this fireplace is like your negative emotions, shit piece of mind. And when you tell yourself these thoughts of, oh fuck, I don't want to go to work today, oh I don't want to do that, I'm disappointed in myself, I can't believe I didn't do that. Any negative self-talk is just adding wood to that fireplace. So anytime you have negative self-talk, you're just keeping that fire of feeling like shit alive. And when you feel like shit, hopefully I've made that point clear, but when you feel like shit, your anxiety is made a lot worse. Stop with the negative self-talk and start living a good life. Again, it's not a quick thing. The stopping the self-talk, that's a thing you can set a goal towards and work towards actually doing that. But living a good life, that takes ages. That takes lots of goals, working towards every single aspect of your life. Okay, let's set a goal to work towards my health now. Let's focus on that for a bit. Okay, my health is in a good stance now. Okay, now I'm going to work on my mental health. Okay, now I'm going to work on my finances. Okay, now I'm going to work on my spirituality. Now I'm going to work on my relationships. Working on all these things and living a good life, it isn't easy. But doing this in the background, whilst you're doing everything else, that's how you're going to live a good life, live a life you like, and eventually that anxiety will go from now a 20 to a 0, just like me. So, yeah, implement at least one thing what I've said today, and you will reduce that anxiety. Come back to this a few times if you want to implement the other shit. And it's also good because us humans, we need to be reminded more than we're taught initially. So you could be told the same thing like 10 times, and then on like the 9th time, 10th time, could it only like actually sink in then. That is the video. I do appreciate you watching. And yeah, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.